also the example. I think that that is a pretty amazing example of a public records request, and in that I think it's a poor argument to say that public agencies should be allowed to ask why a document is being requested. Now, I think in dealing with a lot of clerks who are just, I've had nothing but positive experience with town clerks. You have conversations with them, and a lot of this stuff where the rubber meets the road, this kind of gets dealt with. I think by the time, again, it reaches an attorney, it's a different level, and it gets to this ridiculousness that we're talking about. But in no way, just to even think about opening up, changing the law to allow a government body to ask why you're looking for a public record is not even worth discussing as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, and I don't, just based on his reaction, I'm not sure he was advocating that. And just to make clear, the law doesn't provide that. I mean, the law makes clear that it doesn't matter what the reason is that somebody's requesting records. But I wanted to jump back to Tony because, again, I want to leave people with some practical advice. And Tony, you mentioned that not every request ends up on your desk, and that the town clerks, they make some decisions, particularly about open meetings. And what I wanted to ask you was, what steps, perhaps other than the Open Government Summit, do your towns do for education for these people that are on the line making these decisions?
Actually, just let me follow up on this. Half the ones that end up on my desk are because whoever it is in the council doesn't quite understand that's one of the difficulties in this reluctance. I think a proper reluctance is part of clerk's office employees and others to follow up and say, gee, we just don't understand this. What they do is they send out their solicitors and say, we don't really understand this. They feel it's inappropriate when it comes to the lawyer. That's actually where I'm coming from. And sometimes what happens is the request is vague, and that's why it gets referred out to the city or town solicitor. But to answer your point on this, I think that some requests are very routine, and the clerk's office, they're just going to take care of that. And the two towns that I represent, they're experienced. And I think what they do is they pretty much know which ones they're just going to have to send out anyway, and they'll send them out. It's only if it's a non-routine request that they will let me know. And sometimes they'll let me know, even if they're going to answer on their own. Like, you're always going to get requests about, the salaries for employees. They know it's coming in. They'll let me know that it's coming in, and they'll say how they're going to respond to it, just to make sure that they're doing the right thing. If it's a question of law, if there is a more specific request dealing with personnel matters, then I will get that. I will get some requests from the police departments if it's not, the routine traffic reports and all that kind of thing, just to make sure that they're not violating the Access to Public Records Act, and they also want to know what they need to disclose and things of that nature. So there's no set rules. But I think that if whoever gets the request has a question, they will refer it out to me.